Welcome to Live Action Star Wars. It's Ralph, and I'm on my own today. It's a mini episode, and the reason is because James was out of town. He was in Texas, and we kind of took a little bit of a break. We still released a new intro video last Wednesday. That was fun to do. I didn't personally like our old one, and every time I go to YouTube to update that page, I'm sick of hearing the same thing. So what I did was I asked James if he wanted to do a new one. We did a new one. I like it more. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. I also posted that on the audio feed, so you might have gotten that, which was pretty much a commercial for the YouTube channel and what we are. Today I'm going to be opening up this lightsaber, which I've already opened, but we're gonna go through the process again because if you have any interest in getting a Mace Windu lightsaber, this is a fun way to do it. You get to see what it's like. So we'll do that in a little bit. Also, if you missed us last week or this week, both James and I guested on a podcast, an audio podcast called Literal Genius, which is a quiz show, and it's hosted by our friend Jonathan Norton. And it's me and James going head to head in a trivia competition. It is the episode titled Jurassic World Dominion, a movie I haven't seen, but it has more to do with the whole Jurassic Park world as opposed to just that one movie. Anyway, go check that out because that's part one of many. I'm not going to say how many, but that's one of several. So head over to Literal Genius on Apple Podcasts. Look for it in our socials. Yeah, it's me and James. We've never guested together on another show, I don't believe. And this is, it's pitting us against each other and our knowledge of all things Jurassic Park. So we're going to be there every Monday this month. So check it out. See who comes out on top. I had a blast doing it. Is kind of behind the scenes. We recorded all the episodes already, and it was like something like a 4-hour recording session, but I had a blast. So check that out. Me and James on Literal Genius on wherever you get your podcasts. Go check it out. Also, next week we're going to return with a brand new live episode talking about Star Wars. The movie Star Wars from 1977, later called The New Hope and Special Edition and all that garbage. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. So look forward to that. And then the ILM trailer, the Light and Magic trailer dropped today. A couple of things. I saw the panel at Celebration. That show's going to be awesome, and we're going to cover it. I don't know if they're going to be doing all 6 on the day it drops in a couple weeks, or if they're going to spread them out weekly. I'm hoping it's every week because it's a 6-part series that'll take us right into Andor, and I wouldn't mind covering each episode one at a time. I've already talked to somebody who wants to be a guest on it, so that'll be cool. Look forward to that. Let's see who's in the chat. Sarah's here. Sarah's my sister who actually got me this for my birthday, and I thank her very much. I can't wait to show you guys because it's one of my favorites. Jeremy Kelly's here. I'm gonna get into that, Jeremy. I'm gonna get into that. We'll talk about that in a sec. Kayla's here. Hi, real quick. Enjoy Thor. Let me know how it goes. I'm gonna see it on Sunday, and then over at Screen Geeks, which is a show I do with Jay Glatfelter, who's been on a couple of our episodes, including our Kenobi finale. We're going to be doing Screen Geeks on Monday about Thor 4, Love and Thunder. Okay, so let's get started. I'm thinking this is going to be one of the more loosey-goosey sort of unboxing videos. And it's not necessarily an unboxing. It's just I don't have a better word for it. But so my sister got this at the Downtown Disney Galactic, whatever you call it. The shop in Downtown Disney, the Star Wars shop, the Trading Post, I believe it's called. And it comes in a different box than your average one that you get at Galaxy's Edge, but it's the same thing. It's just in a cardboard package instead of the heavy plastic display case. That's because it comes with a blade. So here's the box. It's so big it won't fit in frame, but there it is. It's upside down. I can fix that. There you go. And it's got this cool like embossed sort of design on it that has droids and stuff on it. So let's take it out of the sleeve. This thing is massive. So what's cool is it has the Jedi symbol with the purple emblem. And it's Mace Windu's purple lightsaber. And what's funny is I don't know what canon is right now, but as far as I know, Mace Windu, as far as live action goes, is the only Jedi with a purple bladed lightsaber, which I have some thoughts. I really have some thoughts about this because it is so unique. And when you look at the lightsaber, it's very, I don't know how you call it, fancy. But what's cool is this is cardboard, but it has a magnetic, you can see the little magnetic things. So it pops back close. So it's a cool packaging. It's just gigantic. I usually store this under my bed. So let's take a look inside, and I'm going to start pulling things out individually because the box is so big. So here's the lightsaber. And you also get a stand. You get a belt clip and a blade. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take out the saber itself, or the hilt. Grab it. Get out of there. So there it is. Now, what Jeremy was talking about, does it say mother ... question mark? The original prop makers that made this lightsaber in Arabesh, somewhere on the saber, put the letters BMF, which stands for bad motherfucker, which is what it says on Samuel Jackson's wallet in Pulp Fiction. I haven't really seen it. There's a lot of intricate details in here, and I don't really see it anywhere. You also get some of that here as well, but I don't really see where it would be other than that, because it's not anywhere else. This lightsaber is a really, really nice looking lightsaber. My sister got it for me because I believe at one point I said, I have all the lightsabers I want, but if I were to get another lightsaber, it would be Qui-Gon's or Mace Windu's, because I have green lightsabers. I have every lightsaber color but red. I'm not the biggest fan of bad guys, and this might be the closest I get to a bad guy. Mace Windu, who I believe is a bad guy. He is the one that's constantly telling Anakin Skywalker, no, he's not to be trained as a Jedi. He's not to become a master. He can sit on the council, but he can't, even when Anakin goes to Mace Windu and says that Palpatine's a bad guy, he's a Sith, and he's ready to go along with Mace Windu, Mace Windu tells him, no, you're sticking behind. So if there's any antagonist, as far as Anakin's story goes, it's Mace Windu. And what's funny about this, and there's this little thing in here, just a little thing to keep your thing done from getting junk in there. The thing that's funny about this lightsaber to me now is there's a lot of gold in it. It's very like elegantly designed. It feels like if you were to have a lightsaber in Star Wars, like getting one done in this style would cost a lot more. There's a lot of gold flashings on it. There's gold rings. It's very sleek. It has a very elegant look. It's very gaudy. And the fact that he's the only person with a purple blade just shows me that there's a bit of arrogance to this saber and to Mace Windu. Now, I know you've seen the behind the scenes. Samuel Jackson asked George Lucas if his lightsaber could be purple because that's his favorite color, and George Lucas said yeah. But I feel like story-wise, the purple blade is I feel, because it's a one-of-a-kind thing, feels a little arrogant to me. And that kind of fits with his character. And rewatching the prequels recently, I was like, man, Mace Windu sure does not like Anakin Skywalker or what he represents. What's good about this is, like, we've done this one, and clearly one of these buttons should be the one that turns on the lightsaber, but they sort of hit it right here. It just is like a regular old switch. It doesn't. It's like made for the toy instead of being like an exact replica. Same thing goes for Rey's saber. It doesn't light like it does in the movie. It just has a switch here. That's just kind of where it doesn't, would it normally belong. But what I like about the Mace Windu lightsaber is the ignition switch is right here. It's this one. So this one slides up and slides down. So what's nice is it's actually incorporated into the design. It doesn't detract from the design. So it's a really, really sleek lightsaber. I really like how this one works. This might be my favorite lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. I could be wrong, but it just might. This thing's really nice. Also, this was one of the heavier ones too. You wouldn't think of it being heavy, but this is on par with the build your own lightsaber and the Rey lightsaber. So I'm going to set that down and show you what else came in the box. So this is kind of cool because it came with, I mentioned this before, it's got the belt clip. You clip this on your belt. It sticks right in there, hangs from your belt. So what's cool about this one is made specifically for this Mace Windu lightsaber. It doesn't also have the extra silver piece that pops down for lightsabers that have this kind of attachment. So this belt clip won't work with this because it doesn't have that silver hook that comes out. So, but that's okay. I have two of these with the silver one, and like only one lightsaber that'll use that. So this also came in this box. Pretty cool. I actually like this box a lot because you get everything you need, including, let me grab this, which I've already taken. There's a little there's a little foam bit here that you add so that the lightsaber can fit. So yeah, Palpatine's saber, very similar to this. It's shorter, it's one-handed, but it does have these sort of elegant, like Art Deco lines that look very gaudy. And it's funny, it could be part of his arrogance. And I just think that, I don't know if it's just the prop people came up with these started coming out with very elegant designs instead of sort of industrial designs like they did with the old trilogy. Like this just looks like machine parts. But I do kind of dig these elegant designs. I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order right now for the first time, and mine is very, very elegant, my lightsaber. I'll have to do a screenshot of it and then post it on socials at Live Action SW. So this came in as well. This piece goes in here. This piece goes in here. Let's do this. I've already done all this, but I just want to show you how this stuff works. It takes a second to put together. And there you have a lightsaber stand. And it fits like this. Just pop it right on your shelf. I love it. And finally, you get the box here. Take out the instructions because we all know how lightsabers work. So underneath this part here is your blade. And what's great about this is, and I don't know if I mentioned this to my sister when she gave it to me, but in our household, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lightsabers between me and my wife, but we only have one blade, and that's pretty much the one she got with her Build-A-Saber. We talked about that on an earlier episode. Check it out. Me and James watch her build her saber. So luckily, this came with it, and so awesome. I have my own now. Same as always. Stick it in, rotate it, and it's going to be purple blade. Let's go ahead and check it out. And I'm going to, again, speakers on the bottom, I'm going to put it up to the mic here, and we can listen to it purr. Yeah. It's a good purple. It's a little pink. I don't know if it comes across on here, but come on. It has the spark effects. It has the whirring sound. Shit. I just hit the fuck out of my blinds. Okay. It's nice. It's a nice lightsaber sound. And it sounds great. And that switch, I love that switch. This is easily the best switch of any of the legacy lightsabers from Disneyland. Those sounds. This might be my favorite lightsaber that I have. And I know I just said it was sort of like gaudy, and it's a little bit arrogant, but I mean, just look at this design. Like, wipe off my fingerprints. So that's it. That's the Mace Windu lightsaber. This piece right here is a rubber, and all of this grip is rubber. So holding this with one hand, you're not losing it. It's kind of nice, especially since it's heavy. But yeah, and then you got this one up here. It doesn't feel that great for two-handed, but for one-handed and having the switch right there where your thumb is, it's great. It's really heavy, so you can ward off intruders at night, if need be. Yeah, I love it. I thank my sister for getting it for me, because she of the 7 lightsabers we have in the house, she got me my favorite one so far. And I think I'm done with lightsabers. Can't think of another lightsaber that I want to get. I still need to do a review of the Luke Skywalker episode 6 lightsaber, the green one / Mandalorian, because he uses that one in there too. I still need to do a review of that. Maybe I'll do that next month, but I think I'm good for now. I think really the only other lightsaber I would want would be Qui-Gon's. And I think if it were to happen on Hasbro Pulse, I'd get that one. When I went to Celebration, I saw some of the lightsabers that they had from Hasbro Pulse. The Princess Leia one, the Rey one, I liked more than the ones I have. They feel more screen accurate. The Rey one flips on by turning the cog like it does in the movie. But I still like my Rey one. It's still just a display piece, so who knows? I don't think I'm gonna go upgrade just yet. But if they come out with a really good like Qui-Gon screen accurate one, I don't even need the blade in it. I just like the way his looks. His is really cool. It's just the black and silver with the red button. These episode 1 red buttons, I've really come to like them. I don't know why, but Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon have this red button, and I wonder if that's something that happened in a mission, if there's some canonical story where where they found the perfect buttons for lightsabers. But what's cool about this too is it's like rough. It's rough on the edges, so it feels like you can like lengthen and shorten the blade by doing that. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, the Mace Windu one's my favorite. I'm gonna go to the chat here because I kind of been ignoring you guys because I've just been praising this lightsaber. Let's see here. Jeremy Kelly says that is a thick saber hilt. Yeah, I think it's a little bit thicker than the prop. If you look at the show art, you could see me holding this, and then you could see Mace Windu's. I feel like these sabers are built for function, so they need to fit the speaker in, and they need to be able to hold the blade. But I feel like as time goes on, they could probably start slimming these down and making them really, really like screen accurate. But it still feels good. This one feels good. I have these big meat hooks, so holding the saber is works for me. Works for me. A little kid, this is going to be really heavy for him, especially once you pop in the blade. I did not break the blinds, but yeah, these are always just right off camera. Yeah, very Sithly ignition sound. You know what's funny is Royal Farm Boys really making the connections between Palpatine and the Sith and Mace Windu. And you know what? I mean, come on, man. The dude was like constantly telling Anakin no. And I feel like Jedi have to be a little bit better as far as accommodating and sort of noticing the needs of their students. I mean, this dude, he's just a Jedi. He wasn't even like, he was a kid, and then he was a Jedi Knight, and he gets brought to the council like throughout the films just to be told no. And it's like, how many of these other Jedi get to go into the Jedi Council? They can just walk in and out whenever they feel like. But Anakin's like always there, which shows you that clearly he's of some importance, you know? So let the dude, like Mace Windu, stop inviting him in there to say no, either believe in the prophecy or not. Like, I don't know. Jeremy, yes, it was definitely a more elegant weapon for more civilization. This one especially, and I feel like what I like about this one is that you can tell that Mace Windu's been around for a while, because if you play Jedi Fallen Order, your lightsaber's pretty janky when you first get it, and you gather materials the longer you're a Jedi. And so to get to this point, you have to be a Jedi long enough. What's funny is that Yoda's lightsaber is not this elegant. It looks more along the lines of a classic saber, like almost like Darth Vader's, but a smaller version. And I think what's fun about that is you can make up the story, and it might have already been written that, you know, Yoda's not into fighting. He's into the Force. And when he battles Count Dooku, his last resort is, fine, I'll use my lightsaber. So he doesn't really take a lot of stock in his lightsaber and doesn't care about upgrading it, because he might be above using lightsabers. Lightsabers, I haven't read the High Republic, but I know there's lightsabers in it, but they could be thought of as like, you know, if you're a Jedi and you're a peacekeeper, why would you carry a weapon? And then at some point someone said, well, we need something for defense, physical defense that the Force can't, you know, deal with. So I could see Yoda being like, well, I'm kind of an old school, like, just give me any lightsaber. And then Mace Windu, the other guy, is like, you know, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to make my lightsaber really cool, which this is really cool. So I don't hate the lightsaber. It's just funny looking at it from a different perspective. Onto blasters next. I don't have like, I mean, I think I've purchased 3 lightsabers. The rest of the lightsabers were gifts, so I don't have like disposable income, and I'm not into blasters that much. I do like the classic Stormtrooper blaster. I like the First Order blaster and the Sith, the Final Order Stormtrooper blaster, the red ones. I think those look cool. I'm not really into like Han Solo's blaster, Luke's blaster. I kind of like some of Queen Amidala's like silver blasters, but like pretty much anything from Naboo, I enjoy. I like the princess or the Padme's like Starship, the Naboo fighters, anything that's all chromed out. Those are a ton of fun. So yeah, there's something about the prequels. I like that the prequels definitely went to a design that was more sort of Art Deco. You know, if Star Wars is like a 50s hot rod movie, like, or a 60s hot rod movie, the prequels are like Art Deco, like noir movies, and this definitely fits the Art Deco aesthetic of like Coruscant and Queen Amidala's ships and stuff. So good design. I really like the saber. The purple is cool. I'm glad to have a purple saber to go in my line of sabers. I have two blues, a green, and a purple. Oh, and a yellow and a purple. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Check it out if you can. If you want to get your hands on this, go ahead. I think there's a price tag on it. Do you guys want to know how much it costs? I haven't really noticed. So this will run you $219.99 at the parks. Find somebody like my sister who has a discount. But when it comes down to it, like normally a lightsaber like this would be around 120. So there's that. The blade would run you around 50. The belt clip would be around 20. The case would, or the holder would be about, I don't know, 30. So you're pretty much just getting the same deal, just it's all packaged together. And this package is cool. It's a little big. It's a little big for displaying, but I do like that it's cardboard, magnetic, and yeah, it fits the aesthetic of the other ones. You could probably stack the other ones on top of that box and do a whole display. I'm sure there's a way to display this stuff, but I wouldn't know. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Next week, James and I will be back in full force talking about Star Wars 1977. I can't wait to talk about it. You're welcome, Jeremy, and thank you for being part of my Patreon. If you guys want to help support the show, I have a Patreon at Casino Skunk. Go to casinoskunk.com. That's my page. You'll see the link for Patreon. There's also a Patreon link up there on our page, our YouTube page. It's $1. It's $1. I try to get at least one exclusive podcast out a month, and then there's like 110 bonus episodes. If you guys do like Screen Geeks, I have the audio versions up on there as well. It's $1 a month. I don't have any sort of tiers. It's just $1, and it totally helps keep this channel alive. It keeps the live stream at 1080p, so you'll get a higher definition. 100% thanks to the Patreon members. So after you see the Casino Skunk logo, you'll see the end credit scene, and you'll see everybody that's subscribed to Patreon. If you want to be included in that list, go to patreon.com/casinoskunk. And that's it. I am going to have to go over here to the controls. Thanks, Royal Farm Boy. I'm glad you made it. I figured, I can do this whenever I want because James isn't around. I thought I'd do an afternoon show. Seemed like a fun thing to try out. So I just want to tell you that I appreciate you coming by and spread the word. We're trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So for those of you who just listen to the audio, for those of you just stumbling across this video to see what the lightsaber is like, hit subscribe on our page. It'll help us out immensely. And once we start monetizing this thing, I'll actually be able to buy some blasters and review them. So it's all on you guys. Spread the word. Thank you. Also, don't give in to hate and celebrate the love. Bye.